Chapter number 10 from class 10th, and the topic is pH scale. So what are the learning objectives in this topic? We have to discuss about Sorensen's work, and this small p and big H has an amazing value in chemistry. What is hydronium ion? How autoionization of water takes place? And last but not the least, what is the use of pH in our everyday life? So let's dive into the topic. He was Sorensen in 1909 who introduced the terms pH and pOH. So now pH is for acidic strength and pOH is for basic strength. So have you ever think that from where this P comes? Yes, the P comes from the German term Pontex, which means power or concentration. So concentration of what? Here we have to discuss that the power and concentration of hydrogen ion, or we can say the potential of hydrogen ion in any solution. It is the scale used for the measurement of acidity of any solution. Now, from where the word acidity comes? It comes from acidic solutions. And I have told you in my previous lectures that according to the Arrhenius concept, any substance which can dissociate in aqueous solution to give hydrogen ions are acidic in nature. So basically, pH scale measures the potential of hydrogen and its value ranges from 1 to 14. So the value 1 to 6 is strongly acidic substances, and the substances having value 7 are neutral in nature, and all those substances which have pH value from 8 to 14 is strongly basic in nature. Now, the pH range from 1 to 6 are acidic in nature. It can be hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, or all those fruits which we have to take in our daily life and sour in taste, like tomatoes, oranges, lemon, and no doubt you will be happy to know that tomato ketchup is also acidic in nature. While the 7 value represents something neutral. And can you name any neutral substance? Yes, you are 100% right. That is water and salt. And if I move forward from 8 to 14, it means basic substances like soaps and toothpaste. Now, what the word alkaline means? Whenever bases dissolved in water, it means it's alkali. So here this range represents all the substances which are acidic or basic in nature, and their ranges from 1 to 14. Now it's a very basic question that from where hydrogen ions or hydroxyl ions comes. So it comes when acids form solutions with water. And if I talk about hydroxyl ions, they comes when bases form solutions with water. Now the concentration of hydrogen ion indicates that how much solution is acidic. For example, here is sulfuric acid, and when it dissolves in water, it dissociates and give 2 hydrogen ions. And it's a mineral acid, definitely it's a strong acid. And if I talk about acidic acid releases only 1 hydrogen ion, so it will be a weaker acid. So in this way, by knowing the value of hydrogen ions, we can measure the strength of an acid. Do you know what is hydronium ion? When hydrogen ion react with water, it gives hydronium ion. Like here, two water molecules are reacting together and they give hydronium ion and hydroxyl ion. So both, whether it is a hydrogen ion or hydronium ion, they represent strength of hydrogen. pH can be measured by hydrogen and hydronium ions both. Why pH value decreases with increasing concentration of hydrogen ion? It's a very important question. For example, sulfuric acid, which is a strong acid, has pH value of 2.7. And if I talk about acetic acid, which is a weak acid, has pH value 4.7. So now here acetic acid has a bigger value of pH than as compared to sulfuric acid. Although sulfuric acid is the strongest acid than as compared to acetic acid. So its answer is, it is the negative logarithm of hydrogen ions. So remember, whenever we used to take negative logarithm of anything, its value decreases. So basically, pH is the negative logarithm of hydrogen ions, and this negative log decreases the value. Low pH value means more acidic solution. So here comes the answer. H positive, it means hydrogen ions, and the negative log means low value. Here we have to go with autoionization of water. Now basically water is a weak electrolyte and it dissociates into H positive and OH negative. Here for our convenience we have taken only one water molecule, but in actual two water molecules are reacting together or dissociating to give positive and negative ions. And definitely when water molecules are reacting together, they will give hydronium ions. So it can be hydrogen ion or hydronium ions. Now here we are taking hydrogen ions, but in actual they are hydronium ions. So if I write about equilibrium constant value, you all are familiar with it. We have studied it in our chapter number 9, that according to equilibrium constant, the products will gonna be written in numerators and the reactants will be written in denominators. So after putting the values or the substances in equilibrium constant equation, we will get this equation. And after that, if I take water on left hand side, so it will give us new constant, which will be the water constant, and it depends upon the ionic product of hydrogen ions and hydroxyl ions. So how much water dissociates? It dissociates up to 1.0 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 14 value at 25 Celsius temperature. Here hydrogen ions and hydroxyl ions are equal in value in pure water. So if I replace hydroxyl ions with hydrogen ions as they are equal, so it's gonna be square of hydrogen ions and its value will be represented as 1.0 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 14. After taking the under root, I can find out the value of hydrogen ions, and no doubt same is the value for hydroxyl ions. As 10 raised to power minus 7 is a very small value and it's difficult to deal with it, so we can take its negative log to get the bigger value. After putting the value and taking the negative log, we get the value 7. So pH range is 7. And same for the hydroxyl ion. Hydroxyl ion has a value of 1.0 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 7. Both ions have same value. So after taking the negative log, we will again get 7. In this way, we can find out the value of pH scale, which ranges from 1 to 14. And in this, from 1 to 7 is pH and from 7 to 14 is pOH. So it's going to be in total 14. Use of pH in our everyday life. When we take food, our stomach releases chemicals, and these chemicals contains hydrochloric acid for the digestion of food. This hydrochloric acid doesn't harm our stomach because stomach has a lining of base around it. There are cells present around the stomach which have base in it and they neutralizes the acids. But when we used to take more spicy food or more fatty foods, what happened? More hydrochloric acid will release, and this hydrochloric acid can cause acidity in stomach. So it can cause heartburning and so many other symptoms. It can be controlled by simple products like ENO. Now, what is present in ENO which can neutralizes hydrochloric acid? So, ENO contains mild base, and that mild base will react with hydrochloric acid to neutralize it. Next is acid rain. Now there are so many gases present in the atmosphere like SO2, N2O and so many else. They combine with water molecules to form sulfuric acid, nitric acid, and they when fall down with rain, they can definitely affect soil and buildings. Tooth decay. When we used to take food in the whole day and don't brush our teeth at night, what happens? Bacteria present in our mouth eat those food particles, remainings of food particles, and when they eat those food particles, they releases acids. Those acids will definitely destroy our teeth, and they cause different actions on the enamel of our teeth. So we have to brush our teeth by the toothpastes, because toothpastes are basic in nature and they will fight with that acids to neutralize them. Land pH is very important to know the fertility of soil, and pH is also used for the acidic and basic nature of solution, that we can easily know that what is the strength of a solution. It is used in medicine and microbial cultures, and microbial cultures are basically the mediums in which we can grow microbes. Thank you so much.